Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. So it's been so long since I've actually recorded any sort of makeup tutorial. We have been on vacation and we've been traveling around, so I apologize for just doing traveling videos lately. But before I left for all of my travels, I remember telling you guys that this little guy came in the mail, the Thirsty palette from Jeffree Star's summer collection, and I promised you guys a review. So this is what the palette looks like. Super cute summer shades. Also, out of his summer collection, I bought one of his lip scrubs. I don't know if you guys have ever tried his lip scrubs, but they are absolutely amazing. I got the grape soda flavor, and I really love all of his lip scrubs. When your lips are exfoliated and there's not all that dry, scratchy stuff on there, they always look so much better with your lipstick on, especially with Jeffree Star's formula, because a lot of his are a matte formula, and so they dry down with like this finish that will make your lips look really wrinkly and cakey if they are not exfoliated properly. So lip exfoliation is something that I try to incorporate into my skincare routine when I do my stuff at night when taking off my makeup. So without further ado, let's get into this Thirsty palette and see what all the fuss is about. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit closer so that you can see what I'm doing on my eyes as I do it. I'm gonna start out with putting a color all over my lids here. I'm gonna put the color Parched all over my eyelids with just a wide brush, and this just gives it kind of like a base to work on. Now I know that I'm a neutral shadows kind of gal, so this palette is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it looked like so much fun, and it looked like something that I could create some neutral looks with a little bit of sparkle, and also some fun looks with for summer. So I'm going to take this Morphe E28 brush, and I'm going to dip into Subtle first. I'm just going to tap a little bit of that off. I'm going to use this sort of as a transition shade. This is just going to give me a little bit of depth right here in the crease of my eye. I have always loved everything that I have tried from Jeffree Star's company. There really has not been a product that I have tried that I have not loved. His liquid lip formula is out of this world. It literally stays on all day long. Like, you will not be disappointed. The color range is amazing. He has, oh, this is probably like his fourth eyeshadow palette. He has Beauty Killer, Androgyny. He came out with the Blood Sugar palette, and now the Thirsty palette is from his summer collection. And I use his highlighters all the time. His highlighters are freaking huge. I don't know if you guys have seen the pan size on these. When you look on the website and you're like, ooh, that's a lot of money for a highlighter. Girl, the pan size. So now that I have this neutral wash of color, I'm going to go in with a little bit more color than I usually would. This is going to be a little bit out of my comfort zone, so just bear with me here. But we're going to start with the color Taste Buds. Now Taste Buds is like a nice peachy color, and I'm going to work that, let's see, I'm going to work that into the crease here. I think I'm also going to work a little bit of it here onto the lid. Now this color is a lot more subtle than what I thought it would be. But I bet you anything, if I know Jeffree Star shadows, it's going to be very buildable, so that's good. This actually is a better transition shade than what I thought. I didn't think that I would like this as a transition shade because it was so peachy in the pan, but it doesn't read that way on my skin at all. So I'm just going to work this into the crease, and then I'm going to work it onto this outer part of the eyelid here. So, okay, I'm liking this color combination as a transition shade, and I don't know if you guys can see very well on the screen. So there is another color that just screams peachy coral, and it's called Bitch. His color names are hilarious. So I'm going to go in with that, and I don't know if you can see here on how much pigment it is picking up. Insane. So I'm going to go in with this color. I'm going to do the crease again. I'm just going to do the crease with this one. I'm going to concentrate it only in that area and try not to go too far above. Okay, yeah, that is a lot more peach. You can tell the difference between those two peach colors. Let's do the same with this other crease here. And I'm actually concentrating the color a lot more on the outer part of the crease than I am on the inside of the crease. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. Just concentrate that here on the outer parts of my crease. I don't know why I don't do bright colors very often, because I always like them when I put them on. I guess it's just because I'm always going places when I'm putting on makeup, like work. And to see your nurse walk in your room to take care of you and she has on like the bright blue and pink eyeshadow, people are like, I don't know if I can take her very seriously right now. But these colors are very fun, and for going out to dinner or going on a girls' night or something, it would be amazing. They look like so much fun, and so I really wanted to kind of branch out to these. Now, these shadows are very pigmented, but I'm going kind of soft with them and just building them up. So I'm going to be doing a lot of blending here, so just bear with me, okay? I'm just blending and putting a little bit on at a time. Okay, so I think I want to make the outside part of this crease and like the bottom of the lid here just a tad bit more pigmented. So I'm going to go in with a brush that is a little bit more densely packed and skinny. I've got this Morphe E17 brush, and it is a little bit more skinny. I'm going to take this same bright coral color and I'm just going to pop that into the crease here. Now, and I'm only going here on the edges. I'm not taking it all the way across the crease. I'm just building up this color here on the outside. Now I'm also probably going to build it down here close to the lash line on the outer part of the lid too. These lashes, like, I love my lash extensions so much. I never want to go without my lash extensions, just FYI, I love them. But they do make it so hard to apply shadow and eyeliner. Like, they get in the way, they get caught in everything, they get all jacked up and twisted around, so when you're done, like, and you comb them out, everything looks good. But trying to apply your makeup with these things on is so complicated. I don't understand. But they look so good. Okay. So, I think I'm going to try this bright yellow color. Yeah, I'm totally going to do it. It's called Quench. This color is amazingly pigmented. I don't know if you can tell, but it's so pretty. So I think I'm going to actually use my finger to apply this color, because I think that with the brighter colors, sometimes I get a little bit better payoff when I apply them with my finger rather than a fluffy brush. So I'm going to put this on right here on my lid. I'm going to concentrate it mostly in the center of my lid, but I'm going to start blending it with my finger toward the corner of my eye. Okay, that's a fun color. I like that. Let's do the same with the other eye. I'm just going to start by concentrating it right here in the middle, and then I'm going to blend it out toward the inner corner of my eye. I was right, this color is super, super pigmented. But I really like it. So I think I'm going to put just a tad bit more right in the center and make that a little bit more concentrated. Now I'm going to take the more fluffy brush. This is a 282 Eye Fluff from Inspire. I don't even know where this brush came from, but I use it all the time. And I'm just going to pack a little bit more of that peach color, that really bright coral peach color here on the outer part. Okay. I'm going to use my finger and just kind of blend back out the edges of that yellow. And I'm going to take my Morphe E17 brush and I'm going to go over the crease just a little bit again too, to just kind of deepen that up and sharpen that area so that everything looks clean and tidy. Now, there are some shimmer shades in this palette. 5 to be exact. The middle row is all shimmer shades. And when I say shimmer, I mean like foil shimmer. Like really pretty foil shimmer. And I cannot decide. I think that I really want to use the gold. I think I want to use the gold shimmer, but I'm not sure how I want to use it yet. I think maybe like on the inner corners of my eye. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take, I'm going to take this fat little pointy brush from Morphe. This is the Morphe R33 brush, and I'm just going to dip a little bit into the shimmer shade. Now, a lot of times these are pretty chunky and they have a lot of fallout, but that's okay. With me, that doesn't really bother me, but I do have to kind of like tap my brush off before I start applying. And I have found that these shadows do apply a lot better using your finger than they do a brush, but it's the inner corner, so it's not that bad. Oh yeah, these are like a chunky glitter, but they're very pretty. These would definitely apply better with your finger than they will a brush, but since I'm popping this gold color onto the inner corner of my eyes, I want to keep it a little bit more diffused. I don't want it to be as concentrated. I think I might take this Sephora brush. It is a Pro Lip Precision Brush 81. I'm going to wet this with a little bit of setting spray, and I'm going to dip into, I'm going to dip into this gold shade again. The gold shade that I'm using, there's actually 2 of them. It's called Filthy Rich is the one that I'm using. I'm just going to concentrate this a little bit more, like right in the corner. I don't want to really take away from the yellow. Okay, so one thing that I have noticed like right off the bat with this is, and I don't know if this is just the way that, it could possibly be the way that I have applied this yellow, but it was super out of this world vibrant yellow when I applied it onto my eyelids. And just for me, like opening and closing my eyes, the oils from my skin has already made this yellow go away. So what I think that you will have to do probably with these yellows is cover your eyelids in something a little bit more tacky, like some Shape Tape. Put some Shape Tape on your eyelids and then apply the yellow in the middle, because that will give it something to like hang on to, and the shadow will not come off of your eyes. Because before I just did this with my fingers and like reapplied the yellow, you could not tell that it was hardly there. It just looked like my skin. So, you know, I get that a lot with bright colors. It's not just this formula. That does happen to me a lot with bright colors. I'm going to go back into this shade called Subtle. It's the one that we used for the transition shade in the very beginning. And I'm just going to go over these lines up here at the top of my lid just to kind of soften and diffuse where that coral starts and my skin's. this color Taste Bud that we kind of transitioned with, that turned out being a lot better transition shade than I thought. I want to kind of blend that up there too a little bit. And this is just going to soften the area between all of that coral and like my skin tone. So I've noticed as we are going along here that I'm losing a lot of the brightness of that coral color too that we packed onto the eyelid. So I'm just using my finger and I'm packing some of that back on here. See, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm like already losing my yellow color again off my eyelids. Can you see that? It's becoming not very bright. I don't think it's the palette's fault. I think it's the way that I'm applying it, because I should have put down a better base. Instead of just putting, you know, a little bit of Shape Tape to prime my eyelid, I should have done more like a thick layer of Shape Tape like you would if you were doing a cut crease, and not set it with powder, because then that would make it more tacky and it will hold on to your eyeshadow a little bit better. And I think that that's almost what you're going to have to do with this palette. I'm going to take this little pencil brush by Sephora. It is a smoky liner brush number 24. I'm going to wet it with a little bit of setting spray, and I'm going to dip into that really bright coral color with that. And I'm going to pop that along this bottom eyelid here. And I'm just going to see how that stays on compared to just putting it on with a dry brush. Let's experiment a little bit here, because I don't want it to wear off. I really like that coral color. I think it's an amazing color. It's so bright and so fun. But I'm losing a lot of my bright colors. This happens to me every time I wear bright shadows. It's not just this palette. I think it's honestly how I'm applying them though. I think that I'm just not applying them correctly. I'm going to try that same method with the yellow and see if that makes it stick any better. Oh, it's a weird, like, darker yellow mustard color when you wet that. It loses a little bit of its vibrancy. Okay, but now let's pack some dry on top of that and see if this setting spray helps it stay. Okay, so the only thing that I see that I am missing out of this palette that I would really like to see in it is a shadow to highlight the brow bones, because the only shades that are in here are going to be mattes and shimmers, but none of them are like a really light colored shimmer to do that with. So I think I'm going to grab something else to highlight with. Let's check out Laura Lee's Nudie Patootie palette. I love this palette. Laura did such an amazing job on this, but this little shade right here, Stark, is a fantastic brow bone highlighter. So I think we're going to go in with that. Here is a brow bone highlighter brush that I absolutely love. It is from the brand Luxie, and it is the Luxie 239 Precision Shader. What I love about this brush is it has like a little point to it, and it's flat, and it just fits underneath my brow bone so perfectly. So we're going to take this color Stark, and I'm just going to highlight right underneath my brow bone here. Maybe take a little bit of the undercover shade. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, we're going to pick up some of the undercover shade in this Nudie Patootie palette and pop that in there. Okay, so I'm liking this look. It's very colorful. It's very out of my comfort zone, but I do like it. I think it's very pretty. And I like all of the shimmers that he's done. I love the vibrant colors. I can't wait to play with that blue. Blue is a color that does not last very long on me either, so I'm always interested to see how those look. So we need some liner. We need some eyeliner with this look. Let's go with the Smashbox Always On liquid liner. Guys, when they say always on, they mean always on. Okay. Let's line this here. This is also super hard to do with the lash extensions. I'm gonna do like a little bit of a wing there. I know every time I say like I'm gonna do a little bit of a wing here, I end up looking like Amy Winehouse when I get finished. It's either like gigantically bold wing or it's like a non-existent wing. I don't know why I can't get a happy medium. Do any of you guys have this issue? Let me know in the comments below how you get your wing. And also, while you're at it, let me know how you get them the same. Yeah, see, okay. I've already jacked that up. I did not intend for this to be such a gigantically thick line. What is happening? Okay, so let's just go make this side gigantically thick too, okay? Let's do that. Also, I have this weird wrinkle on this side of my eye that never lets the wing, like, the liner skips. You guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this. Looks ridiculous. Okay. So let's just clean this up a little bit. I'm just gonna go back with my beauty blender like over these areas where I jacked everything up. And then I'm going to try to, or attempt to fix this part of my wing. That has been my experience with wings, that if you get one finished and you're like, oh, that looks fairly decent, stop touching it right there. Just stop touching it, because the more you touch it, the more jacked up it's going to look, and the more fixing you're going to have to do. So if you think it looks halfway decent, stop freaking touching it, okay? You're welcome. Alright, you know what? Just gonna be hella big wings. Big wings. That's how it's happening tonight. We're just gonna have big wings. Do you see the size of these wings? This is ridiculous. Check this out. You could fly with these. Get my pencil brush back out. And I'm gonna dip back into this coral shade. I'm just going to go over that area a little bit, and I think I might even pop a little bit of yellow right here in the inner corners. Hey guys, so I've been having some technical difficulties with the ends of my video being cut off and skipping out on the outro and going straight to the part where I turn off the camera. I don't know what's going on, and I've been researching why this is happening and taken several measures to prevent it, but as you can see, I am unsuccessful. So I thought I would finish up this video in a voiceover fashion. So final thoughts on this Thirsty palette. I actually really love the palette. There has not been anything from Jeffree Star's company that I've tried that I haven't just absolutely loved. I loved the colors, I loved the packaging, I love that there's a mirror in this palette so that you can travel with it. The colors were beautiful, vibrant colors. The shadows were nice and soft. I loved the shimmers. I think that I did struggle a little bit getting them on, but like I said in the review, it's not really the palette's fault. It is how I was applying the shadows. I did wear this makeup look throughout the day. I probably had it on maybe 5 or 6 hours before I took my makeup off at the end of the day, and those shadows were still going strong. Applying the yellow and the coral colors using the setting spray did help them stick to my eyelids much better, and the vibrant colors did not wear off like they did when I just applied them with a dry brush and the oils from the skin on my eyelids were really soaking up those pigments. So I think that if I apply it with a different base like we talked about in the video, using some Shape Tape, sort of like you would do a cut crease, and then apply it over that, and also with a wet brush, I think that would make a world of difference and these shadows would really have some staying power. I hope you guys liked this video and enjoyed the look that I created and the tutorial. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.